Hi, welcome back channel, TrainStation2. Alright, happy to share with you that first in the last competition, and of course the winter season has started. So if you have not seen my previous video, which I shared a bit more about the Union 2. Alright, so the winter season itself is altogether a new region. I hope you can watch my previous video so you can have an overview of this whole Union Phase 2. Alright, so this is the start of the last competitions. As usual, we just collect all the EP hit start, and I think we should have 150 EP and probably propel ourselves to the ranking chart, the top 5 or probably top 3. Alright, so let's see what we get here. Alright, so we have lots of items to be collected as usual and delivered as well. Things has been always happening at the tail end of competitions whereby quantities will be high. Warehouse space is always the issue. I always urge you to upgrade your warehouse as usual. The upgrading of warehouse, if you're known by now, the 5 building technique still works, but of course if you really want to upgrade your warehouse, you're going to lay out all your buildings to get the population required and then keep them again and apply the 5 building technique. That's a bit troublesome though. So for me, I'll just lay out all the buildings, and as and when the requirements appear, I'll just go ahead and do those building upgrades requests, and then I eventually get the required population and upgrade the warehouse. If you have not fully upgraded all your factories, i.e. the non-event factories, please do so, because you need those extra spaces in order to do as actual warehousing itself. Alright, so that's really important. And of course there are many people not aware about the new Union Phase 2, so I decided to go ahead and did a video. As I mentioned earlier, go and watch that video so you can understand a bit more about the Union. But in this video itself, we start off the winter season. I'll be sharing more in this video itself, so that you can get a real live experience of how this winter season works. But of course, it's very, very tough. I look at the numbers of quantities they ask us to deliver. It seems like a huge amount, but probably that's the purpose of working as a union together. So there's a need to have a union chat to encourage everyone to contribute towards this Union Phase 2 in a new region altogether. And the quantities wise of the items that they ask for, basically you're gonna build those those union items in order to trade it in the trade center. So I'll show you a bit more of the trading later on, but now let's come back to this part of the last competition of this construction event. So as usual, I've always been checking when that winter season starts. So for now, I'm not going to happen until the end of this construction event. So of course, when we have sufficient of those extra coins, if you get first, you get 350 extras. That give us 400 coins, just nice for 4 mega boxes. So we're going to do that later on. As we already mentioned, we are lucky we get first, so we're going to about a couple of hours more to go. Then the balance key, we're going to spend it all on the legendary parts and extra bits, throw it to the so-called metal keys itself. Alright, so just show you a bit more of the winter season. There will be so-called ranking charts and league listing as well, so make sure you do so in order to work hard for your union. Alright, so we have collected the first place, and we got 350. I'm going to share with you the mega boxes opening, but now let's get off this icon first, the change of owner picture. I still would prefer my own Santa Claus. Alright, so we have collected the 350. We have 402, just perfect. Let's see what we get from 4 spins. First one, is still common parts, lots of those common parts, likewise the rare parts, epic and the legendary parts that you're going to save up as you enter into the new region. So it's important. And of course, besides parts, you need gold. Gold about 610,000. That should be sufficient for a couple of upgrades. Aiming to upgrade the legendary as usual of 80 capacity. That's the max capacity you can get for a legendary event train in the new region. Alright, going to claim all legendary parts to be prepared for that, and balance 3 more jobs to go, and I should have a bit more keys there, and maybe exchange for some metal keys and whatnot. Alright, now let's unlock this winter season. Alright, so this is the winter season we're waiting for, whereby we're going to do the union jobs together with the union members. Really huge quantities they're asking for. And what makes worse is you don't have that items. You need to trade together with the people there, the trade center, in order to get things out. So that is really tough for a start. That is not that attractive. Just imagine this, you gotta make all the items required huge quantities. Is really unattractive in the first place, and then the next, having to trade so many of these items in order to get a tiny bit of the items you got to deliver. So I think the game developer in this context is not that friendly, and it's not going to help, may not fly if that's the case, because people may not just want to play because it is just too ridiculous in the quantities they're asking for. So it's a bit sad in the fact that this has been hyped up a bit, and I thought it'd be fun, but looking at the quantities, it may not be that fun after all. So I'll give it a try, of course, as usual. It's just that let's see whether this works or not, because gradually people get tired of it, having to exchange for so many of these normal items for tiny bits. So imagine 600 over bricks for just 65 of that items, and you could imagine having to deliver a couple of thousand of those. So just imagine how long you would need to complete just one job. So the proportionment is way too off in my view. If make it easier, probably people may be attracted to play this new region that been hyped and of course the other events, when it comes along, will be event fatigue, whether people will be catering their time to do that for just a bit of the items. What's going to happen is that people may rather win the normal events and get those items instead. So really hope that Pixel Federation could do a revision to the quantities they're asking for. I think sometimes it's fun to get things completed, and not whereby you have to spend lots of time just to get the items ready. So you can see me having quantities or missing out in exchange, because the event has been depleting all the items that I have. I'm going to start making them again, but definitely need more time. And along the way, when we can make space. Yep, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm going to remove all the event items except for whatever required to complete the last 3 jobs. So that's something I'm going to make space for. Otherwise 6,900 space is just too little to do much. So I'm going to try to remove all the other items. The silly sound. So just bear it in mind. Just gotta make sure you have sufficient of those items. I got a bit of the police car, although it's not really asked for, but I think no harm exchanging to create some space first, and then when that happens, i.e. when the police car is being asked for, probably have more to give it a go. So that's something I'm hoping for. At this juncture, we have cleared easily 1,800 space to do more. You can see huge quantities. Really hot in order to exchange, but whatever I could, I'm just going to free it up first, and then we'll see how things work out along the way. Even getting those lorries, I think I'll probably just go ahead and get some of those. Getting the brush needs lots of nails, so it's probably going to spend a lot of time creating those nails, and of course going to finish up the last 3 jobs first in order to begin on this long journey of this winter season. Very quickly, I believe the Christmas event may be coming as well. So would people be spending time to play is really doubtful. Nonetheless, just giving out a bit of excitement in fulfilling a job and see how things work out. So gradually we will be seeing more results. With more space, definitely can do more right now. Alright, thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good rest after this event fatigue. Thank you for watching again. Goodbye.